Good morning. Can you hear me? I couldn't get my mic to work. Is it working now? Good morning, everybody. Who it is Friday. Friday. It is Friday. Ooh, and then Monday off. Oh my goodness. Long weekend. And what are my plans? Nothing. I'm going to sleep. Got to get ready for vacation. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, Tina. Hi, Christoph. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Lolly and Pops. Hi, Dan. Hi, MRE. Uh, Rats Exposed. Good morning, Deborah Mayo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Aaron. 3-day weekend. Yes. Then 4 days of work and then off on vacation. We're 3.5 days. All my holidays are with pay, girl. All my holidays are with pay. All of my holidays. So, oh, God. I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to go on vacation. And yes, I have not closed my windows. I like the fresh air, but I'm going to have to close them because I don't want to go on vacation sick. I really don't. Oh, the 4-day work week. A lot of, I have people that work for me that actually do 4 days. They do 10 or 12 hours and then they're off on Friday or Monday. It's their choice. And then I have some that work 3 days in the office and 2 days from home. So, yeah. So they have that choice on how they want to do their work. They all salaried. I don't babysit. If something doesn't get done, then yes, I will be having you in the office. Oh, you do a 10-hour, then take Friday afternoon off. Oh, okay. All right. So if they work over 3 hours a day, they all salary. If they work over 3 hours, well, 3 hours, they get paid for the whole day. So they don't have to take a half a day. If they work an hour or two and then have to leave, well, then they have to take the rest of that time. So yes, that's how that works. So good morning, Just Beetle. How are you? So you have me until like 6:35, 6:40. And then I have to get myself together because I have a meeting at 7 o'clock sharp every Friday. So let's see. I have 2 stories of missing people. And then I have a couple of things that I want to talk to you about. But first of all, I want to let you know that yesterday, was it yesterday or was it Wednesday? This is relating to the Micah Miller case. So it's come out of Robeson County, and it states that the FBI is working a parallel investigation to Micah Miller's alleged SSI. Okay. They're not saying what they're investigating, but we know they were investigating the church, the finances of missing money. And as I told you, it had nothing to do with the $1,200. We can go over this weekend Micah Miller's divorce petition. That is there. So again, it's suspicious. She filed divorce 2 days before she, and then she bought this expensive gun, pew pew, which we all think that she bought it for protection. It was alleged that a man was standing outside of her car when she went into the store. They're trying to figure out why would she drive that way. So it's all still a complete mystery. They're putting up there was a request put in to have drone footage from the day of her death, and the response came back to them that drones cover live things, and once that day is over, they said that the film is not kept. I don't believe that for a second. The response was, Robeson County Sheriff's Office has received a request for drone footage. The drone was used for live view and the images are not saved. Really? Really? You're not saving the images. So that's suspicious within itself. But yeah. So we're going to discuss a little more of Micah Miller this weekend. While the sheriff office is still stating that there's no evidence connecting John Paul Miller to Micah's death, they're saying that he wasn't there. Okay, he was supposedly at some game. Okay, doesn't mean he didn't have someone following her. Doesn't mean that him and his attorney Thomas. And then there's paperwork about Micah Miller's being put into a mental institution and how it was never notarized. So we're going to be discussing that this weekend. I just need to gather all of that together and get my notes. I have notes, but I need to be in that frame of mind. So we'll be discussing that this week. And good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Scotland. Good morning, Dan. Christoph, did I say good morning? I think I did. Good morning, Just Beetle. So I was going to do a members only today. I don't know. I still might do it. Let me see how far I get today. I know, well, I can do it before Angels Live. Good morning, Debbie H. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, that could be true. They're all in cahoots together. They said that that county down there is very corrupt. So don't know. It's allege that, you know, there's a lot of corruption down there. So if it's anything like the TBI and the Kentucky KBI, they're all corrupt. All politicians to me are corrupt. I don't care who you are. Yeah, corrupt. So, but I do have something. Okay, let's get with the missing person. So I have Bianca first. I want to discuss, hold on. I thought I pulled up the news about her. Hold on. Damn it. I thought I was ready. Hold on. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Let's get Bianca up. Bianca has been missing for 16 years. Again, oh, I got to stop sharing this one to grab Bianca's story. She's been missing for 16 years. She had a fight with her husband, who happened to be her ex-uncle-in-law. Okay, so let me, before I give you that backstory, Bianca was married to her, she married her husband when she was 18 years old. He was 11 years older than she was. He was previously her uncle by marriage. He was married to her mother's sister. Okay? He was married to her mother's sister. They lived in San Antonio, Texas. Now, it was stated that Bianca was having an affair. They had an argument that morning, and she told her co-workers when she was leaving work, if I don't show up on Monday, you guys know what happened to me. So she's been missing since 2016. Here's the billboard. So let's listen to what's going on. Oh, I got to come all the way back. All right, here we go.
Of a missing woman, renewed hope and motivation. This month marks 8 years since Bianca Carrasco disappeared after her family says she had an argument with her husband. KENS 5's Mike Jimenez has this story.
For the next month, drivers on I-10 might notice this billboard featuring the missing person case of Bianca Carrasco. Her husband was the last person to see her after they had an argument. That was 8 years ago, but Bianca's family isn't giving up hope.
It's just motivating to keep going, and it gives some hope that it's one more thing we can do to help find her.
The billboard was paid for by the nonprofit Season of
keep
Justice,
forgetting about that
which was
link.
founded in 2020 with the sole purpose of financially supporting cold case investigations through DNA testing or with awareness campaigns.
Like billboards, TV ads, print ads, whatever makes sense for the area, for families to get more attention on their loved one's unsolved case.
Bianca's case was selected after her family submitted an application and met their criteria.
It's an unsolved case. It's at least 2 years old to give the investigators time to, exhaust all of their existing leads. And it is, it's a suspicious missing persons case. There's no answers. There's families still looking.
The nonprofit says their main goal is to reach someone with information to reignite the investigation.
Not just the community is aware, but also to bring it more attention to the police department, and honestly, her husband, to just let it be known that we're not giving up and we're going to continue searching for Bianca.
Giovanna says she believes there are people that know what happened to Bianca, and she hopes this billboard will motivate them to come forward.
Look at the billboard and see she's loved, she's missed, and she's going to continue to be advocated
18 years old, she got married to
and that it's time to speak up.
29.
If you have any information about Bianca's case, you're urged to contact San Antonio Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP. They are offering up to $1,000 reward.
$1,000? You can do better than that.
Micah Miller, KINS 5.
He can do better than that. So that's Bianca's story. The uncle, the boy, yes. Yes, the uncle, the boyfriend, and then the husband. They got married when she was 18. Who is to say that he wasn't messing with her before she turned 18? He was her uncle, married to her mother's sister. What kind of shit is that? So then we have Jonathan. We have Jonathan, wait a minute. I had his name, Giorgianni. Jonathan's been missing since 2021. And he's missing out of Houston. Now, where he went missing at is off of Broadway. Good morning, Mr. Jimenez. He went missing off of Broadway, which is over by Hobby Airport. At one time, Broadway was a horrible, horrible place. When they did the remodel of Hobby Airport and the surrounding areas, it became really nice. But he had struggled with bipolar disorder. And, her son came home and he wanted to go to a party on New Year's Eve because he had been in not going to say he was in a behavioral unit. Okay. Good morning. Pick me. So he was in a behavioral unit. He came home. He had met this woman, this young lady, and he wanted to go to he was 19. He wanted to go to a party with this girl that he had met. And he never came back home. Never returned home. He sent a message that he was going to stay with his new girlfriend. So they didn't think anything of it. He had stopped taking. So when, anybody with bipolar or any type of mental, if you stop taking your medicine, things happen. So, but they got him back in the program, got him on his medication. He wanted to go to the party. He went with the girlfriend. The mother contacted the girlfriend on January 6th. No, I'm sorry. The girlfriend contacted the mother on January 6th, and she informed her that Jonathan had been arrested. The last phone call the family had from him was on January 13th. He told his sister he needed to leave his girlfriend's home because there was a tense situation. No one had heard from Jonathan since. They tracked him on January 14th. He was on Broadway. He was spotted on Broadway. and he hasn't been seen since. Nothing. He had a temporary cell phone to replace the old one that he had lost. The phone was supposed to be mailed to them. Well, the phone was only supposed to be used for like 30 days because he was waiting for a replacement. And he hasn't been in touch with them since. They learned after the disappearance that he had been using illegal drugs. Now, I don't know if that was with the girlfriend or if that's why he was arrested. When I read the article, they never stated. So he's just up into thin air, not been seen. So no medicine, abusing illegal drugs. He was allegedly arrested. Now he has a digital billboard near Hobby Airport, and they're affiliated with the missing in Southeast Texas. So there's this big digital board there, and they're featuring all of these people that are missing. There's another young woman that's missing in Houston, and we're going to highlight her tomorrow. She's also indigenous, so we would definitely be highlighting her tomorrow. So they're just asking for information. If anybody know of Jonathan's whereabouts, they're asking you to contact Crime Stoppers. And you know what I have to start doing? I have to start posting all of this on my community wall too. I think I'm going to do that this weekend, get all of this down. But if anybody knows where Jonathan is, they're asking you, hi, Snodsberry. I just saw your name. Hi, Snods. How are you, sweetie? Good morning, Dammit Mandy. Good morning, Jess Fletch. Good morning, Flower Power. Oh my God, I know you've been really, really busy. And Snoz, I am so sorry. I heard what happened to you. I am so sorry. You moved into a new house. Congratulations. I am so sorry that happened. Good morning, Mustang Mike. I don't know what people get out of doxing people. I really don't. I still don't know what your name is. I didn't go watch. I just heard about it. I think Bomb discussed it. And that was the last time that she had been up on YouTube. I tried to catch her on Rumble, but she goes late and I go to bed. So I try to catch some of her replays. I am so sorry you were doxxed. But I hope the kids, well, I just saw you said the kids are doing great. So anyway, those are the two stories that I had on missing. But now we're going to discuss Highland Park Police Department. Detroit, Michigan. Michigan in the house. Michigan in the house. Hi, Angela, the co-defendant. I am looking forward to Angel's Live tonight with Parasite. I really am looking forward to that live. I'm still finishing up the last one because, you know, I go to sleep, Angela. Look, I go to sleep. You have changed, Snaz. Yes, hit that like button, guys, please. So I am looking. So tonight, Angel is doing a live on, and she's got a special guest, Parasite Slayer. If anyone has ever been in Angel's chat or any chats where you've seen Parasite Slayer, this young man, and I'm taking it's a man, it could be a woman, but is very knowledgeable. He's come in here a few times and he's dropped some bombshells in here. So hi, Fight Like a Girl. So if you're not going to be busy tonight, if you just want to listen to something, go in to Angel, say hi, hit the like button, and let's see what Parasite Slayer is going to be discussing, because I am really interested in hearing what he's going to be discussing tonight. I really am. So, and then yesterday, I'm just going to say we discussed Janelle White. He's a former football coach out of New Orleans. Went to Houston to look for a position. He's been missing since June of 2023. We have Caleb, who's been missing since March. Is it March or May of 2024? He's missing out of Portland. So those are the 3 cases that right now I have, and then Bianca, that I've highlighted this week as being missing. I'm going to add this to my community tab. I just have to get there and really spend the time on doing it. Hopefully I'll have some time this weekend, but it's closing in on the end of the month again. It's closing in. So then we have, let's see. I want to discuss, is this the one? Hold on a second. Let me get it. Not that one. Is it this one? Well, we have a surprise standoff too, but that one is a little too, that one to me is a little too, that one to me is a little too, that's really a trigger warning, but I'm gonna let you see it. It's a 7-month-old baby that was being used as a human shield. So I'll let you see that one after you see this live. This is coming out of Highland Park, Michigan. Okay, this is a police officer who was who had tased someone before, and they covered it up. All I can say is that it's really not so great. Doc's a state worker, though. Oh, I have already talked to my caseworker. Ooh, I'm so sorry you went through that. Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. So this time they couldn't cover it up. And you're going to see it for yourself. Again, this is coming out of Highland Park. Okay, so I want to make this full so you guys can see it all. So let me just play this. Trigger warning, trigger warning. I'm going to drop the link. I've already got the trigger warning up. It's running. Fair use. And let's go.
One by one, the 7 investigators have revealed how police officers with checkered pasts have been able to avoid accountability. Some finding a second or third act in the new departments just down the road.
And we said that, well, I said that before, okay? If a police officer has behavior issues or have been written up, and you know this man has been doing stuff, why don't you just say that? But you can't if they're applying for another position. The only thing you can say is if they're eligible for rehire, how long they had been there, and what was the salary they were being paid. Because if they find out that, and this is any job, that you caused them not to get a job, they can sue you. That's like somebody that's embezzling, and if the company doesn't press charges, they can't tell your next employer that you were fired for embezzling. This is like the priests and the Boy Scouts. You know they're molesting these kids, but you move them from place to place to place. So here we go.
It's not supposed to work that way, but as 7 investigator Ross Jones has been showing us for months now, it is happening far too often. Well, tonight, his latest example, how one police department covered up an officer's misconduct, allowing him to do it again with horrifying consequences.
They say history doesn't repeat itself, but sometimes it rhymes.
The incident was similar. You know, it involved a taser, it involved excessive force.
This is the story of how one police department's decision to keep an officer's misconduct quiet allowed him to inflict even more pain just down the road.
Open the door, you get tased. Open the door, you get tased.
It cost taxpayers a fortune.
I've never had a single
They had
case
to pay out $400,000 because of
triggered criminal charges.
For the record, could you state your name? Name you, player.
And showed how ignoring police misconduct only makes it worse.
Boss man, you got a bounce.
On a rainy afternoon in May of 2020, Highland Park Public Safety Officer Damian Player is called to the Burger King along Woodward Avenue. He's working a police shift on this day, responding to a call of a man loitering outside the restaurant.
Man, what part of leave do you not understand?
The man, who police would later suspect was homeless, ignored the officer's commands. So, from the front seat of his police
Now
car,
watch what he
Officer
does
Player does what department policy says
against
he shouldn't.
department policy.
He pulls out his taser and takes aim. The taser didn't take effect, so Player gets out of his vehicle and begins following the man, who starts to cross the street while hurling expletives.
Now look at this.
Because of you. Come on, you. Come over here and do my face.
Before long, Officer Player joins in with name-calling of his own, at one point calling the man a homophobic slur.
Yes, he did.
About your business, sissy.
Called him a, did you hear? He called him a sissy. Effing is something.
After trading insults, both men appear to walk away. But just as it seems things are coming to an end, Officer Player turns around and follows the man again. He briefly assumes a fighting stance before turning around and walking away. Then watch this. With the man's back facing the officer, Player deploys his taser again, then takes the man to the ground.
Slams him on the concrete.
Watch the video again. As Player takes the man down, he strikes his head hard on a concrete building, then lays motionless on the wet pavement.
Taser deployed.
The man appears unconscious, even as Player tries to wake him.
Yo, wake up, man.
What does it say to you?
This man, first of all, he deployed his taser inside the car, which is a no-no. He likes the taser. At least he hasn't shot anybody yet. Because this is the kind of officer you don't need on the force. Black, white, green, or yellow. He doesn't need to be on the force. But you keep these officers. Because, you know, you need to have a certain number of people. You need a quota. Hi, Jonathan. Oh, thank you, nature lover. He should have been fired. He was suspended, went down the street, and got another job. No one ever said, hey, we've had disciplinary problems with him. He's cost our department this amount of dollars. This is sick.
That Officer Player tased the man while he had his back to him.
In this case, it wasn't appropriate. The taser should not have been utilized in that instant.
James McMahon was a sergeant with Highland Park PD at the time of the incident.
It's a scary situation. Someone just hit their head. It's not a situation where we should have been involved in that. It's disappointing. I mean, that individual didn't deserve that.
The man would eventually regain consciousness and was taken by ambulance to a hospital. An internal affairs investigation concluded that Officer Player violated the department's code of conduct and taser policy.
Was Officer Player disciplined for this?
Other than removed from police services? No. The legal department just removed him from police services, but allowed him to work fire department.
So the solution to this misconduct was...
They removed him from his police service, but allowed him to work for the fire department. Now, that was an assault. That was an assault. He assaulted that man. You don't do anything with him. You remove him from police services, but you still allow him to work within that agent. Well, it's still part of the same. It's a state. So it's a state agency, county agency, state agency, whatever you want to call it. Get the hell out of here.
Was to take a police officer and turn him into a full-time firefighter.
Correct.
McMahon says Player's discipline was handled by then City Attorney Terry Ford, who he said pushed to suspend, not terminate Player, and remove him from the police services in Highland Park. And he said Player got one more break, too.
Was this referred to the prosecutor?
Nope.
It was not.
Should it have been?
Yep.
It would be today.
Ex-police officer.
It should have been then.
Player.
It should have been then. It should have been reported then. It was an assault. Now, if that man would have lost his life, you would have come up with some BS. I don't care what color your skin is. You are a piece of shit officer, and you should never wear that uniform again.
The following year, Officer Player would join the Warren Police Department. And there to pin his new badge to his chest was then Highland Park Police Chief Kevin Coney.
Hopefully I can represent the city well, my family well.
But less than 2 years later,
open the door, you get tased.
He likes the taser.
Officer Player and his partner would be involved in this traffic stop, pulling this truck driver out of his vehicle. His partner threw him to the ground in the rain as Player tased him repeatedly. Making matters worse, it all happened in Centerline, outside of the officer's jurisdiction.
You get it, right? It's in another county. It's not even his jurisdiction. This is crazy.
The man was charged with nothing, but the officer's conduct was so egregious that the city of Warren paid out a $400,000 settlement barely a month later. Player and his partner were charged with assault and then fired.
From what I know about Damian Player, he's not a bad police officer.
Kevin Coney told us he didn't remember almost anything about Damian Player's tasing in Highland Park, even though that's Coney responding to the scene that day.
There you go.
Player told him this.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, right? My heart stopped when I thought took that man.
Coney was fire chief at the time and would be appointed police chief weeks later. This July memo about Player's misconduct said he dangerously escalated the situation, causing injury to the subject of the investigation. These actions could place the city in a position of civil jeopardy and should not be brushed aside lightly, the memo said. It was made out to Kevin Coney.
You were aware of it. Okay, that's what you say.
Your name's on the memo.
Okay, that don't mean that I knew about it was in his personnel file.
Look at his lying. Okay, your name's on a memo. You're the chief. You did not read the memo. You were on the scene that day when the guy was sitting up against the building after he regained consciousness. You spoke to that piece of shit officer. None of you deserve to be in public office. None of you.
Sometimes I do.
It recommended a 30-day suspension for Player and training in de-escalation techniques, but we couldn't find evidence he received either. The memo was never shared with Warren PD when they came to review Player's personnel file. And according to their background investigation, Chief Coney gave his officer a clean bill of health. He had no issues with Player, an investigator wrote, and there was no discipline in his file. In fact, when Player left Highland Park PD, Chief Coney reported he departed in good standing.
Look at that.
2 years later, he was
resigned in good standing. He resigned in good standing. Are you fucking kidding me? He's sitting there lying. He was a fire chief at the time, and then he became police chief. This guy right here in the chair. Are you freaking kidding me?
With the very same type of conduct that Highland Park helped to conceal.
Highland Park didn't don't keep. Okay, if that's your word. It just wasn't dealt with.
It was never shared with the department that hired him.
Okay.
Damian Player and his partner are next due in court on July 11th. Player faces 2 felonies and up to 5 years in prison.
So here's the thing. If I have an employee, which I just had one, that just moved to a different department, every year we do, we have to go look at them and we rate their performance. They once they decide they want to move to a department and they want to learn something different, well, then they'll ask me, they'll go interview and they'll let me know, hey, so-and-so is going to go interview for this position. Do you have an issue with that? No, I'm not one to hold someone back. If you want to learn something new, go ahead and do it. She's already put in 4 years in my department. So, hey, go for it. So the only thing they do is look at their performance that's been recorded over that time. I can't go, oh no, she likes to call in sick on Mondays and Fridays, or she seems to have a habit if she goes on vacation Thursday and Friday that she never comes to work on Monday. I can't say that unless it's written up in my assessment of her. Or whoever, I can't do that. So they have to go what's in the file folder. What happened here, his disciplinary stuff was never sent over to his new place of employment. Never sent over at all.
If this had been done correctly in Highland Park, does Damian Player get a chance to assault a man?
Hell no.
At the Warren Police Department?
Not likely.
Not likely.
Well, in a statement,
It should
Warren
be
police
hell
told
no.
me they would have never hired Damian Player had they known what we just revealed. Kevin Coney left Highland Park in 2021. He insists today that while he was chief, he was really just a figurehead who
Of
answered
course
to then
he is.
City Attorney Terry Ford.
That don't read his
Ford did
emails.
not return our repeated calls, texts, and emails seeking comment. James McMahon is now the chief in Highland Park, appointed by new Mayor Glenda McDonald last year. To her credit, Mayor McDonald overruled her own attorney's advice and released the body cam video we just showed you. Both Mayor McDonald and Chief McMahon say that the video is ugly, but I think that's a very important step here. They say they're a much more transparent department and holding officers accountable.
If you want
This is a
transparency,
good demonstration that that's the case. But obviously, this was an ugly
and accept the
scene that was
consequences that
kept
comes
hidden
with
from his next department.
And so the next step you just mentioned for Player?
He's facing a number of felonies, as is his partner. They're going to be back in court in July, and we'll see what happens with that.
We'll see what
But
happens.
this all could have been avoided, Warren says, if we had just known about it. We wouldn't have hired him. He wouldn't have been in that position to do what he's accused of.
Well, the more you bring it to light, hopefully things will change and chiefs will be more transparent and accountable for what their officers do.
That's
in the
right.
public.
There's
I
no
hope so.
paper trail.
All right. Thank you, Ross,
Okay.
as always, for your good
So
work.
that's the one that I really wanted you to see on that one. And then I have one more for you. Look, let me just show y'all something. Y'all think I'd be kidding. Hold on. Let me show you what I watch. Hold on a second. I have so many videos that I want to show you guys, but we're going to do reaction videos to these. I want to do the one with, is it this one? Oh, the body cam footage. Now this one, guys, I'm going to say trigger warning. Oh, okay. I got to be gone by at least 6:40. I'm going to say trigger warning on this one. But again, he should have never been in that position. And if you saw that ledger of all the payouts they had to do, the biggest one was $400,000. $400,000. So this one, I'm going to prepare you for. This one is really a trigger warning. This is a 7-month-old baby that's being held hostage at a standoff. Okay, so if you don't want to hear it, please, I'm going to give you time to go. But I wanted to show you guys this, and I don't know if I should do it with the sound on or not. Okay, let's just see. Hi, Missy Tessa. Good morning. How's the grandbaby and the daughter-in-law? Let's see.
First tonight, new body camera video from the Surprise Police Department showing the intense moments when officers burst into this home last Friday to rescue a 7-month-old boy who'd been shot multiple times in a hostage situation.
The little boy had been shot multiple times. Multiple times. Good morning. Drop the mic with Ann and Maria. Good morning. Guys who didn't know, I know yesterday I wish Maria a happy birthday.
Situation near Cactus and the 303. The boy's mother also held hostage for a time, but had already escaped.
We followed this story as breaking news and watched it unfold live as a fire later ripped through that home. The suspect at the center of this all was the baby's father, according to police. He was found.
I know it's you, Maria.
Gunshot wound after that fire was put out. The 7-month-old, named Jackson, is still in critical condition in the hospital following multiple surgeries.
ABC 15's Ashley Holden just speaking with Jackson's grandfather. She's live with more. Ashley?
And baby Jackson's grandparents seen that body camera for the first time today. They told us that they were actually away on a vacation when all of this happened. Allie, their daughter, staying with them, of course, with baby Jackson. They said that they got a text while they were on that vacation, actually a cruise, and they were watching their home burning while also terrified for baby Jackson and also Allie as well. We're told the 7-month-old is at Phoenix Children's Hospital in the ICU.
He was shot several times by the dad. The girlfriend escaped. I watched another video the other night of a young woman who was beaten by her boyfriend and held their son hostage as the cops were trying to get in the home. This is a totally different video. You're holding your child and this man was holding his child as a shield. Good morning, my Drea. Yep, the baby is doing good. Thank you, Drea. Thank you.
Still, but making progress. The baby's grandpa, who we spoke with, says there is hope. They want to thank the community for their support, but also describing the terrifying moments they watched this all unfold while they were thousands of miles away.
And to watch your house on TV burning to the ground, I don't even know how to explain that to people, what you're thinking. We're focusing on,
look how cute. Look at those rosy cheeks. Look at that. Those big eyes. Look at that. He is a happy little boy. But who would shoot their child? Well, you know, this happens every day. Strangulation, shooting, stabbing, these crazy ass people.
In 3 days or a week or a month. And that's the good news, is I think he's going to be okay.
Look how pretty she is.
And we can get on with life.
You can hear that hope there. Now, the moments they showed police going in and finding Jackson, they were emotional for everyone who was in that press conference today. The family meeting and thanking the officers that responded. You could see some of that video here. Now, at the press conference, police still unable to say if the suspect, 51-year-old Todd Marchetti, started the fire that burned the family's home down. Saturday and today, police saying Marchetti was found dead with what they believe was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Before this, police say he broke into the home Friday morning with a machete, holding Allie and Jackson hostage for hours. Surprise police and fire calling Allie's actions heroic, saying she made several plans to try and get help, including ultimately talking to a nearby concrete crew who called 911. I know I talked to that concrete company on Friday, and they told me that the employee that helped really just wanted to do the right thing, seeing the fear on Allie's face. Now we're going to have more from that press conference, and of course more from Allie's family coming up tonight at 10. For now, live and surprise.
Thank
Ashley
you.
Hilton.
So the baby's doing good. Thank you, Drea, for putting that there. Thank you so much. But you shot your kid 6 times. 6 times. And there was one story out of New Orleans, and I said I wasn't going to do New Orleans because New Orleans needs to be done by itself. It really, really, really does. And we now know Jasmine's what Jasmine's boyfriend looks like, and he looks nothing like Gino. So anyway, we'll talk about that later. But hold on. There was a story out of New Orleans about child trafficking. And I'm just going to have to do that tomorrow. But this is the article. Hold on. Let me share. Share screen. Now, if you guys don't follow Nola Street's history, it's on IG. And I follow this page. It's all about things that's going on in New Orleans. My sister turned me on to it when I was down there and that shooting happened. She goes, girl, this is going to be all over Nola Streets. They also have a YouTube channel as well. But these two mofos right here, child trafficking. Child trafficking. The girl was 16. They had some dudes come up to the house that was going to pay her $60 for oral sex. Then come to find out it wasn't just one guy. It was a bunch of guys that got out the car. So this is they drove from Monroe to Acadia. So we're going, and the girl, Demetia McCoon, right here. And it was another male that was involved, which he was a juvenile. I'm going to be covering that. I need to pull everything on her because this is not her first time. She's done this before. So I will be pulling her records out of New Orleans, but I follow Nola Streets and she's all over the place. So if you don't follow Nola Streets, please do. Please, please do. There was this accident that happened the other night. This is in Kenner. This is right down the street from where my uncle is. There was a shooting that happened and the guy hit the lamppost. You can hear, oh, this is the one right here. This is on the way to my sister's. This is over the river. This is over the river. And hold on. He hit that light post. He had multiple gunshot wounds. 18 years old. 18 years old. So I follow Nola Street's history. So I follow them. And my sister turned me on to them when I was down there. So I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover this morning. I'm just checking my notes because everything that I cover, guys, I make sure I have my tabs open so I can discuss it. Oh, damn, I just closed that tab. I wanted to show you guys something. Hold on. Let me just, oh, this is the wrong tab. No, it's not. Hold on. I'm just going to show you what the hell I watch. And the only reason why Gino and Jasmine are there is because last night I was looking to find who did the story on Gino and Jasmine. But this is the stuff that I be watching. I watch a lot of body cam footage. Lots of body cam footage. So this is what I watch. So I watch body cam footage. And that's what I don't watch. I basically listen to it all during the daytime. So that's what I watch. And so tomorrow or Sunday, I am going to do an update for Micah. And I'm going to do that. And I just want to make sure that I've covered everything that I wanted to cover. Again, don't forget June 1st, there is a walk runathon in Landover Hills, Maryland. If anybody is near that area, for Black and Missing Foundation. And this is sponsored this year by Warner Brothers. So if you're able to attend, please do so. What else is there I wanted to discuss? I think that's going to be it. Oh, we were discussing Amazon last night. So when I go to Amazon to check out my Prime, now it tells me that on my next cycle date, they're going to move me to the monthly billing. So this is something they probably just started. So my next cycle is June, whatever. They're going to move me to my to my yearly, which was $139. So with that, I'll save $40 a year by having a yearly subscription to Prime. So I will be grifting for my yearly subscription for Prime on Sunday, along with Tina, in case Tina loses her job, because she had an incident yesterday where she was listening to me and she said something. So we'll be grifting for Tina when she's not losing her job. But anyway, that's all I had to talk about this morning. Oh my God, thank you, Mustang Mike. I'm glad you like them. I try to keep up with things, and I try to, because a lot of people don't catch, they're only concerned with stuff that's going on around them. Bye, Yasmina. So I try to bring things that are not really trending, stuff that's, that's not all over the news. Like when I covered Alex Murdaugh, when that first happened, the main news media had not picked that up yet. And then when the story got sensationalized, everybody had it. Oh, I got to do grifting for Vegas as well. Good morning, Sarah motherfucking Z. Yep. Disconnect your bank accounts from your cash apps. Please disconnect those. Oh, thank you, Missy. Hi, Claudia. I try. For anyone that's new to the channel, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. I am going to start doing the series on I'm gonna call it corrupt mayors, bad mayors, and those are gonna be like uploads, like maybe 20. I'm gonna try to keep it. I'm gonna condense it, just let you know who they are. I'm gonna wrap it up in a nutshell. So we're gonna talk about them. I am looking at corrupt police officers, like you just saw. I started looking for videos on this to see what's out there, to see what's easily available. And yes, I'm going to do Tiffany. I'm going to do New Orleans. I'm going to do the mayor of Dalton. Those, I have 3 of them on top of my list. Definitely going to be covering those. So again, if you're not busy tonight, if you want to watch a good show, check out Angel Gotti's show with Parasite Slayer. And I'm actually looking forward to that. So anyway, guys, I really need to go. You guys have a great, great day. For all the guys, everybody that has kids graduating, grandkids, nieces, and nephews, congratulations. Make sure that you let them know, give them their flowers, let them know how proud you are of them. So let them, oh, they're still teasing you. Let them know that job well done. Encourage them to keep going, moving forward, keep going. Because nothing is going to be handed to you. You have to work for everything you want. Some of us work harder. So some of us, it comes easy, but still you have to. And these young kids right now, they know what they need to do. They know where they need to go. Shit, my granddaughter was telling me when she was in 7th, 8th grade, what she wanted to do. Education is really important. Yes, Sarah, tell them, hit that damn thumbs up. Thank you so much. But this is a big time for these young people. You know, they're, they've put in this time. Now we need to encourage them to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. My great niece wanted to go into the military. My sister-in-law talked her out of it because of the things that were going on with the military. Now what is she doing? Nothing. Okay, things do happen no matter where you are. Military, private, corporate, things happen. But you don't discourage someone from following what they want to do. You can only say, hey, this is what you want to do, go ahead. Now, they had that tail hook investigation. That was what, 20-something years ago? While it might still go on, it's not like it was. So anyway, a week of beauty school doesn't count. Oh my God. I'm sure. Oh my God. Oh my God. Your grandson will be a senior next year. He has always been a straight. See, nature lover. When I went to my grandson's graduation, I think I was just in shock. Seriously, I was like, I cannot believe this is this little boy that clung to me. Wherever I went, he had to be. He had to sleep in my bed. And then when Kayla came along, he used to fight a little baby to sleep next to me. So, and especially if Kayla was crying and I would take her out of her bassinet and just put it, he would hear it. He would jump in my room, come running way down the hall, jump in the bed. So I had to sleep in the middle. Him on one side, Kayla on the other. And I just can't believe that that is the young man that I watched walk across the stage. I can't believe that's the young man that is now in the Air Force, that's in the prime of his life that's doing what he wants to do, that's enrolling in school. He's following in his dad and his uncle's footsteps. Tina is going to a military school for 21 weeks. I'm going to miss him. Oh, but he's something. Yes, let him do it. Yep, it hits you hard. It really hits you hard. But anyway, do it. Encourage them to be everything they can be. If you don't see it, they might see something you don't. Just encourage them. So guys, with that being said, I really appreciate each and every one of you here. Crazy Cat Mama's grandson is in the Navy. High school, went to Navy. He's getting ready to be stationed. He's going to be in Japan. He's going to be he's got to be on the ship 6 months. She had a hard time. I need to go see him. I need to go see him. Leave that young man alone. He's becoming a man. You can't always back him up. He has to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. It all starts at home, and you're exactly right. Let him know you're always going to be there for him. Oh my God. Good for you. All right. No, I'm just saying, if you don't want them to come out of school with no direction. So what do you have? Walmart, McDonald's, Wendy's. At least if and you have to take that test. If you score high enough in the military on that exam, you pick what field you want to be in. That's what my sons did. That's what my grandson did. He had to wait almost 7 months before he went in because they didn't have a position open in his field where he scored. He was working part-time here and there. He was taking little trips with his friends. Grandma was there. His dad was there. His own, whatever he needed, we had him because we knew he was just waiting. They were taking so long. He would talk about he was going to enlist in the Navy because they'll take. I said, no, you're not. That's not what you want to do. He wanted the Air Force. It took him a while to get in because they had to find a spot. They found it. They called him the day he was going to go to the Navy recruiter. My cousin started in the Army, did 4 years. Then he switched to the Marines. He retired as a master sergeant, a master gunnery sergeant. Clint retired, master sergeant. So, wait a minute. My son was an airman in the Navy working on jets, came out of Boeing, paying him $65. Navy gave him $65 an hour for skills. Yep. Get that skills. Go in there because they do train you. My long-term good friend was in the Air Force. I don't care, but the Marines make it. You can put the ugliest mofo in a Marine uniform and he just becomes God. The Marines, the few, the proud, the brave. I'm serious. You can put the ugliest man in a Marine outfit, in a Marine uniform, and it's like, wait a minute, what? Is that the one that was at your house? Nah, that's not him. I used to go to Camp Lejeune. My cousin was there, and then he was stationed in Virginia. I would go to the balls, and I'm like, no, that's not the guy that was at the barbecue, was it? I said, damn, he looks good. But, my ex, my first husband was Army. My second, Marine. I've dated a guy from the Navy that was in the Navy. I have served my country well. I just never been with a guy from the Coast Guard. 2 Marines and an Army guy. I had my eye on an Air Force guy, but my son said, hell no, because that was his commander. So, okay, I couldn't do that. Well, yeah, I always tell him, I say, shit, it's Memorial Day. I serve veterans. I serve my country well. So anyway, guys, I have to go. I really do. I love each and every one of you. I'm going to see about doing a members only live today or tomorrow. I wanted to do it today. Then I saw Angel had a live schedule. I think it was 5 o'clock or is it 6? I got to go look again. But I'm going to see, can I squeeze one in? Because I do want to do a members only live. I started doing them and I don't want to stop. My niece is a doctor thanks to the, yep. Oh, I know Crazy Cat Mama was in tears when she saw her grandson in his dress whites too. All my boys are military. Well, one's retired, one's ex-Air Force. He's now special agent. And my baby is in England. And oh, damn, I can't say it, but he's in the Air Force. He's in England. My uncles, I have cousins that were all military. We have military. My uncle retired from the Navy in Norfolk, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia. He retired in Norfolk. Yeah, I just don't like the white. Well, they used to have the bell bottoms. I don't think they have those anymore. And Debbie sent me the thing about the fleet that was in Florida. Now, when I was in New Orleans about 8 years ago, they did the same thing. It was Fleet Weekend. They were all in New Orleans, and all you saw all over the French Quarter was everybody in white. I was like, because they had, was it Fleet Week or Fleet Weekend? They all came in and they were all in port in New Orleans. My God, that was a beautiful sight. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I respect you, Heidi. You have so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mandy, I'm in the Air Force town. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, gotta go. Love you. I know we got off subject talking about the Marines and everything, but I will see you guys later. Fleet Week. That's what it's called. Love you. Gotta go. Have a great, great day. And I will see you later, guys. It's Friday. It's a 3-day weekend. Memorial Day. Bye, guys.